He's pissing me off with how loud it is right now.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You don't have a $400
Happy
for a month
Wednesday.
power bill from having
Polar
something.
Aviation, good to see you,
someone
man.
just spawned on me.
Polar's on Niagara Falls ground tonight. That's
I was
sweet,
shocked
dude.
when I opened up the
This is
door
going to be a
this
fun one. Cheese plays. What's going on, Cheese? Good to see you as well, brother.
Mine goes crazy in the summertime, too. 300.
Polar says, would have had tower but didn't get that bid.
Someone just
Maybe
spawned
next
on
time,
me, I
man.
think.
Ground's cool. What's up, Polar, man? How's your day going?
It ends at 7:30, right?
7.
Oh,
So in about a minute
You
or
started
two
at
here,
7:30
Mike or Eric is going to handle the briefing for tonight's flight. Tonight we are flying with the Virtual USA Flying Club on Discord.
Depending on your aircraft, this might take 2 hours, 2.5 hours. That's why I started at 7.
So we're doing this event tonight. Follow the Erie Canal, Wednesday, July 1st, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., 2300 Zulu. I'll just read you this first little paragraph here. Back in the day, the Erie Canal was a major route for travel and trade. We welcome you to fly. Welcome to fly.
All right, 7 o'clock.
Instead of ride on the Erie Canal.
Thanks for coming in today.
See the beauty of northern New York while following a historical landmark. Feel free to visually follow the Erie Canal and meet up at ALB, Albany, for a final landing. All right, and I think Mike is going to take over now, or Eric. Let's tune into their briefing, and then we'll brief what we're going to do just afterward.
Discuss right off the bat the usual stuff. Make sure you guys are following the Virtual USA Flying Club event etiquette, everything like that, following the rules, FATs and rules, all that. Looks like we do have ATC at Niagara Falls, including Buffalo Approach. Boston Center's online right now. I'm assuming we're going to probably get some ATC at Albany as well as we get a little bit closer down the line here. But we'll wait and see how that plays out. And you ready, Eric?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Yep.
Take it.
Okay, so anyways, we should have ATC because I contacted both. The one I was worried about is actually Niagara, and they're on, so that's cool because they didn't give me a response back. Basically, you have two choices here. You can either visually try to follow the Erie Canal, which if I'm probably going to start doing that, and then if I get bored of it, I'll just go direct to Albany. So it's very free and open to interpretation. If you want to take the short direct route, that's also available to you. VFR should be fine tonight. There were storms earlier.
Weather looks good.
Southern part of New York.
Couple stuff over here by our destination. That's probably going to pass over by the time we get there. Looking good
No
VFR the entire
formation
way.
flying. We don't ever do that anyways. Try to keep some distance between aircraft though, so that way we have a good loop going on, especially if you're following the Erie Canal visually. Flight following not required, but feel free to use it at your discretion. Probably a good thing if we're all.
We'll pick it up if we can get it.
That sim Unicom is 122.8 if you are not getting flight following. Pilots can decide direct route again.
Awesome, man. Second solo today, Polar. Sweet.
Be familiar with Class D operations at
Awesome, man.
Niagara
Good to hear,
Class
Polar.
C operations at Albany. Also, you're going to have a couple of things to look out for. So I want to look at Sky Vector really fast just to show you this. All right.
Cheese is doing
So,
good. Good to see you, brother.
To the beginning of the Erie Canal. This is the
Ramen for dinner.
following the Erie Canal. Okay, you're gonna have to go into the Buffalo Class C if you are above 2,200 feet. So what can you do? Well, you can leave Niagara Falls and just stay at like 2,000 feet, and then just follow it out. And once you leave the Class C, you won't have to worry about Buffalo at all in the Class C. But you already have two-way communications if you're doing flight following. So there's a couple options here. So if you do flight following right out of Niagara Falls, you're good to go because you have two-way communication. You don't have to worry about that. If you're just going to do it on Unicom and do your own way, just be like at 2,000 when you get into this area right
We'll be on flight following, hopefully.
Just follow the route.
And we're not going to depart out to
not the
the
simplest,
northeast
but you will
just
see the
yet.
canal,
I'll go over
so
what
it
we're
does
going to
go
do.
through
We're going to do a little circle
several
around
towns and
Niagara
stuff.
Falls
The next thing you have to worry
scenic
about over
before
here
we
is
head out
Rochester,
to
again, Class
Albany.
C. If you're in flight following, two-way communication,
We'll
you're
be
fine.
over
You
these
can go
Class
right into
Charlies
the limo.
that are in our
If
route.
you're doing VetSim Unicom,
We'll
you
be
wanna
cruising at
be,
7,500
underneath
today.
2,000, or request clearance, transition clearance through the Charlie. And in that case, you might as well just do flight following. Just contact approach anywhere out here. Again, if you do flight following, you pretty much have nothing to worry about because there's another Class Charlie here at Syracuse if you follow the Erie Canal. And likewise, the floor of this one would be 1,600 if you're following that. So that gets a little bit lower. Again, just ask for Class E transition.
We're going to be following the canal kind of visually. We'll have the canal underneath us the entire time, but I'm going to be using VORs for this flight today. We've got a few of them along our route, so we'll be tracking different radials in and out of each of these VORs, which is going to keep us pretty much right over the canal the entire time. So.
You should be fine. Or if you're under 3,000 feet, you're fine. And then just moving down the route here, nothing really bad. You can go into the Mohawk River here. And then finally, you will end up at Albany, which is Class Charlie. And also you have a Class Delta right here. So just make sure you have
Class
two-way
Delta right here.
Probably with approach, they'll get you through here because VetSim's probably not going to have a tower at, I'm going to try to get the Schenectady County here. So just, I would recommend you get in touch with approach right around here if you did not get flight following, so that you can be you can get right into Albany, no problem. Are there any questions about Delta or Charlie, which are the two airspaces you're going to have to deal with on this route?
Just a couple things I want to add real quick. Right now, since there is no Cleveland Center online, we would lose coverage for ATC when we leave Buffalo area before we eventually get into Boston Center. So flight following, you'll get it until you leave Buffalo. They're going to give you the frequency change, and then when you get towards Syracuse, you can pick up the flight following again with Boston Center, unless Cleveland Center was to sign on or Syracuse Approach was to sign on between now and when we get started. So just got to keep that in mind with just the situation that we have in terms of ATC at this very moment. And then it's also pronounced Schenectady.
Thank you, sir. All right, so that was the whole be familiar. That's the biggest thing to know. Again, transition clearances through Class Charlie and Delta if you need. If you're already in two-way communication approach.
We do have Buffalo Approach.
Request transition clearance. I kind of
we'll probably be with them during our circles over at Niagara Falls, and then for part of the first, I don't know, the first
okay, please put Virtual USA Flying Club
eighth of our trip, and we'll be cut loose.
Flying Club etiquette, and all of you are on time for the briefing, at least in my eyes. We had scenery in case you wanted it. And then, other than that, it's just let's go at it. And you either fly direct or you try to follow the Erie Canal. Are there any questions?
Doesn't sound like any questions to me. Everybody have fun.
Have a good time. If you have any questions on the route, just contact on Discord.
All right, so let's brief what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I was just gonna...
Let's brief the route first. We are gonna do something before we get straight to this route, but we'll just brief the route. We're departing out of Niagara Falls today. India Alpha Golf. We'll depart out to the northeast, following the railroad here, Actually, you
Trying
can
to
see the
get
canal
it
already
full
right
screen.
there. So we're going to be following the
I know you
canal
can't see my
up
mouse.
towards the
See,
town of
Knowlesville right here?
Albion. Once we
To
get
the
up
left of
right
Knowlesville, it says
here,
Erie
we'll
Canal. It's that blue line
we'll intercept
coming
the,
out of Rockport.
let's see, it'd be about
Oh, wow.
300
Yeah, so that's
radial
why I kind of just left it here.
for
You can kinda
the
use,
Rochester
Skyvector as
VOR.
like a
We'll track
visual,
that
but
inbound.
Once you lock onto it,
Once
it should
we're
be,
over
a
Rochester,
little
we'll
easier
track
to follow.
the,
It's just,
let's
I
see,
wanted to give some
109
guidance.
radial
It's gonna
outbound
get a little tough
for a
on the
bit
sectional to see it.
until we're
It
about
goes right to
41 miles
Rochester
away,
and stuff.
which is going to put us right over here by
Okay,
Port
perfect,
Barron,
thank you.
Montezuma.
No problem.
Then
Any
we'll
other
pick up
questions?
the Syracuse VOR, and we'll track the,
All right, if we're good to go, you
let's see,
can,
about 264
start
radial
right away, gentlemen.
inbound.
Have a good
And we're just going to
flight,
do this the
I'll see you
entire
now.
way, just inbound and outbound radials to all these different VORs. So it's going to be Syracuse VOR next, and I set these up each so that it keeps us right over the Erie Canal the entire time. So we're over the canal here for this leg, and then we're going to pick up this VOR and fly up this way, keeping us over the canal. And then depart Syracuse VOR on the 100 radial outbound, which is going to put us over the lake here in Sylvan Beach, out over this way. Once we're 27 miles out of Syracuse VOR, we'll start picking up the, is it Utica VOR? The 313 radial inbound. And again, that's going to keep us right over the canal pretty much. The canal will be just off to our left, and we're going to do that the entire way, all the way to Albany. That's the last VOR there, so we'll track the 117 radial outbound till we're about 30 miles away, and then we're going to start our VFR descent into Albany. No special use airspace along our entire route. We've got the MOAs up here over the lake that we're not really going to cross into. We might kind of touch this one here, but it's not a big deal. Class Charlies along the way, we're going to be up over them. We'll be cruising at 7,500. And that's it. Weather looks good. VFR the whole way. We've got some isolated storms here over Albany. I'm sure that stuff's going to clear up by the time we get there. Should be about an hour and 30 minutes once we are on our way to Albany. But before we do that, we are going to fly the Niagara Falls Special Flight Rules area. So Niagara Falls is located right here in this little blue circle. It is restricted airspace, but you can fly over it with certain limitations. I'll read you that here. I couldn't find the exact FAA documentation, but I did find this website which explains it all.
Discord.
S tonight.
Discord.
Eric briefing his
Sebby,
Right there.
his
I was
Twitchers.
stuck.
Yeah, you were stuck. You're good now.
Sorry.
So here's the rules we got to follow when flying over Niagara Falls. We got to fly at or above 3,500 feet. We'll use the Niagara Falls IAG altimeter setting, which is the airport that we're departing out of. This is the CTAF, or the advisory frequency that you would tune to when making all of your calls over the falls, position calls and different things like that, to let other traffic in the area know where you're at. We're going to be on flight following with Buffalo Approach. He might keep us on his frequency, or he might send us to VATSIM's advisory 122.8. Not sure how that's going to work out. Regardless, if he switches us over, we'll go to 122.8. We'll make our position reports on each leg of the pattern over the falls. If not, he's most likely going to keep us on his frequency, and he'll give us traffic advisories and such. So that's what I'm expecting, but it could go either way. Do not proceed north of the Rainbow Bridge. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. We're going to fly a clockwise pattern and do not exceed 130 knots. So we got to stay above 3,500 and below 130 knots, and we're going clockwise around the fall. So here's what it looks like down here. We're going to be departing out from IAG out this way. I think the winds right now are out of the north. Winds are 360 at 6. They're probably going to give us runway 6 for departure, so it's most likely going to be a left downwind departure out to the southwest. We'll join up the pattern here in circle, the little red circle here around Horseshoe Falls, and then we're just going to follow that and do this little number once or twice over the falls, and we'll be at 3,500 and under 130 knots. We'll do 1 or 2 circles, and then after that we'll depart out to the northeast and continue along our route. So that's the plan. Hopefully we can get some nice shots of Niagara Falls, and then it should be a pretty flight the rest of the way as well over the Erie Canal. Weight and balance has been done in the airplane. Fuel, we've got about 4 hours of fuel loaded. We should only be in the air for about an hour and 35, hour and 40 minutes total time. So plenty of reserves. If we need to divert anywhere, anything like that, we've got plenty of fuel. Anything else? Weather, special use airspace, we've gone over our route. I think that's pretty much it. Let's jump in the airplane and we'll get started. A little bit of music while we set up. A couple of our buddies around us here. The Virtual USA Flying Club. Let's see, what was the head count for today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us flying, and maybe 1 or 2 of those might be controllers along the way. Not too sure, but 10 total. I guess not too bad for a Wednesday night. Alright, inside the airplane. Close the doors. Alright, before engine start checklist, passenger briefing, seatbelts, small buckle into the larger one, pull up on the latch to release. Seatbelt should be on during taxi, takeoff, and landing. I prefer you keep them on at all times. Doors, we've got the main door here. Push the button and turn the latch to pop them open. And the same thing for the back door there. And we also have an emergency exit in the window here if you need it. Parking brake. Parking brake is set. Avionics master is off. Alternate static pressure. We're going to open a drain and then close. This is kind of in the simulator, but we can pretend. Just turn this, release the pressure, and then close it. Landing gear switch is down. Cowl flaps are open. Fuel selector valves are on. Circuit breakers and switches. So we'll make sure all of our circuit breakers are in. Over here, and there's a couple hidden down underneath this way. They're all in. All of our switches are off. We can get our beacon on. Battery and alt switches are coming on. Landing gear is checked down. We've got our TOS test. Alright, engine start. We're going to go mixture rich, prop full forward. Throttle's full open. We're going to run our boost pump till we have fuel flow, steady fuel flow up here. So boosties are coming on. Fuel flow. Boosties are coming off. We'll bring our throttle back to a 1/2 inch. Throttle 1/2 inch, ignition start, and propeller clear. So open up the little door here, clear prop. And we'll start with the left side. There she goes. Throttle 1000 and oil pressure is in the green. Oh, let me turn my sim volume up. I had turned it down because these guys are running their engines next to us. And I wanted you to be able to hear me during the briefing. Let me get the volume up. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Throttle 1000, oil pressure. Over to the right side. There she goes, fires up. Throttle to 1000 and oil pressure in the green. We'll get our avionics on. Nav light. We'll lean the mixture for taxi and we'll get our flaps up. We're squawking 1200, standby. I've got the PMS 50 GTN 750 mod loaded, so it's not the standard G1000 unit that you would see here in the MFD. This is the GTN 750, which I like a lot better. A little bit more functional than the Asobo G1000, and it's touchscreen, which makes things a lot easier. Plugging in different waypoints, changing frequencies and whatnot. Not sure what's going on with our attitude indicator, but once we get rolling, I'm sure it'll pop up. I've had that issue before in this airplane. Alright, rest of our checklist here. Oil pressure is good. Our alt load, we're charging. After start, avionics power on, avionics set. Let's go ahead and get in our VOR frequencies that we're going to use for the first part of this flight. Our first VOR is going to be the Rochester VOR, and that frequency is on 110.0. So we'll go up here to our nav radio. .0. We'll put that in the active position. That's for Rochester. After Rochester, we're going to be using the Syracuse VOR. That's going to be on 117.0. So we can get that in here on standby. 117.0, ready to go. Lights as required, brakes, test and release on our way out. So we'll do that once we get on the roll. Let's tune to the ATIS. IAG ATIS is going to be on 120.8. 120.8. Transfer.
Instruction. Advise on initial contact. You have information Bravo.
Bravo.
Niagara Falls International Airport ATIS information Bravo 2253 Zulu. 1360 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 24. 2.10. Altimeter 3004. Visual approach runway 10 right and runway 6 in use. Departing runway 10 right and runway 6. North is 2 airmen. Runway 10 left 28 right closed. TX via between main ramp and taxiway 3 closed due to potential flooding. Read Michael roadway hold short instruction. Advise on initial contact. You have information Bravo.
Alright, we've got information Bravo. Let's switch over to ground. Ground's going to be on 125.3.
Niagara Falls International Airport ATIS information Bravo 2253 Zulu. 136.
Read back that squawk from Niagara Foxtrot.
604.
Alright, 125.3 for ground, and then after that we'll be going to tower on 118.5.
Alright, we are cleared to taxi with VFR. Maintain under or at 2000, 126.15 and squawk 6041 for Niagara Foxtrot.
Niagara Foxtrot, altitude 2,500, otherwise...
Alright, avionics, we've got our radio set, our route, we've got our VORs in there.
Gulf Romeo Sierra, contact tower 118.5 view.
Lights and brakes, and then our before takeoff stuff. Let's see, so I don't hold anybody up. Doing our run-up, I think we're going to taxi over here,
118.5
off to the side, in the inside the non-moving area. We're allowed to do without taxi clearance. So we're going to pull off to the left, we'll knock out our run-up over here to our left, and then we'll call for taxi and our clearance.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Niagara ground, correction. Maintain VFR out below 2,500, departure frequency 126.15.
Alright, let's get our taxi light on.
6001.
All of our lights are good, let's test our brakes.
Alright, VFR out below 2,500,
I'm on the brakes,
126.15,
release the parking.
6001 squawk for Mooney 124 Mike Charlie.
Mooney 4 Mike
We're clear
Charlie,
right,
correct.
we're clear left.
Bravo and runway 6 for departure.
Pull up.
We'll plan that and give you a call in a second for taxi.
Our brakes
We're ready for taxi,
are working.
November 49 at Foxtrot.
And we're clear out
November
left.
8 Manor Foxtrot, Echo Foxtrot, runway 6.
We're going to stay inside the movement, non-movement line here.
Runway 6 via Juliet, 9
Make
at
sure that we
Foxtrot.
don't cross into the taxiways there. So we're just going to pull off over here to the side.
Niagara ground, Diamond 400 Papa.
We'll knock out our run-up, and then we'll call ground.
November 400 Papa, Niagara ground.
Ground 403 Pop is short of Juliet, ready to taxi VFR to the
I think there's a fence right here in real life, so we're going to stay on this side of the
November
fence.
400 Papa.
We're just going to turn it this way into the wind, to the north.
Flight following.
Make sure that we're all clear behind. There's no people, no property that we can damage with the thrust from our props.
2124 Mike Charlie ready.
Let's knock out our
November 124 Mike Charlie runway.
before takeoff checklist. Run a checklist.
6 via Juliet 4 Mike Charlie.
Our before takeoff brakes, we're on them. Seats, seatbelts, shoulder harnesses are checked and on.
516
Auxiliary fuel pumps are off. Flight controls.
Right, taxi via Charlie.
We'll test those.
10 right.
Aileron left, aileron right, elevator up,
Via Charlie.
elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Flight controls free and correct.
Foxtrot, the aircraft type.
Flight instruments are checked and set. Fuel quantity is checked. Alright, mixture full rich.
November 516 Delta Foxtrot, the aircraft type.
We've got our fuel selector valves on. Cowl flaps are open. Trim tabs set for takeoff. We're going to go up 3 for takeoff. And now we're going to throttle up to 2200 RPM.
Niagara ground, ready 514 Delta Xavier.
Moody 514 Delta Victor, Niagara.
At the west ramp with Bravo, taxi for VFR eastbound departure, flight following if available.
2200 RPM, we're going to cycle our prop.
November 514 Delta Victor, Niagara ground, maintain VFR out of below 2,500, departure frequency 126.15. And squawk 6051.
That's good, now we're going to dial it back to 1700 RPM and test our magnetos.
Alright, we'll maintain VFR at or below 2,500. We'll squawk 6051. Departure is on 126.15, and we'll go 10
Alright, we're doing
right
both
via
sides at the
Charlie.
same time, so we'll keep an eye on both sides, looking for this small drop in RPM. So
right.
left mag.
Okay,
We've got a drop,
right via
both
Charlie.
sides.
We are 3,000 in a Mooney.
Back to both.
Mike 20 Papa, slant Alpha going to Albany at 3,000.
Right mag. Good drop both
Number
sides.
124 Mike Charlie, if I didn't give it to you already, contact tower.
And back to both.
8.5.
Now we're going to come back to 1500 RPM.
Number 400 Papa, contact tower, 8.50.
And do a prop feather check. It's good. Back full forward. And throttle can come back to 1000 now. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it at 15 real quick. Actually, let's run it up back to 17.
Foxtrot, contact tower.
I want to make sure that we're charging. And as well,
Over to tower,
our
18.5 Niner Foxtrot. Thank you.
alternators are working.
November 6 Delta Foxtrot, contact tower, 8.5.
And just make sure everything's in the green as well.
118.5.
Oil temp, oil press. Everything looks good, happy and healthy. Alright, let's dial it back to 1000.
Niagara ground, November 114 Whiskey Papa, type Piper Archer within.
And we'll lean the mix back out. And
VFR
we'll bring that back in once we line up on the runway.
So,
I'll get all of our lights on now.
Papa,
So landings are coming on, as well as our
maintain VFR
strobe.
out of below 2,500, departure frequency 126.15, squawk 6042.
I think we're all set. Let me just run through the
maintain
checklist.
VFR out of
We've
below
done all of that.
2,000, departure frequency 126.15, squawk 6042, November 114 Whiskey Papa.
14 Whiskey Papa, read back correct.
Avionics, transponder
6 for departure.
is, we can go to mode C.
9 for 6, 1 for Papa.
And we'll get a code from ground here once we call them. Let's go to mode C. Transponder, strobes, doors and windows closed and latch, and parking brakes released. Alright, let's call ground. We're on frequency 125.3. So we're going to ask for the Falls tour at 3700, and then VFR flight following to Albany. Niagara Falls ground, November 38 Delta Zulu.
November 3 Delta Zulu, Niagara.
November 38 Delta Zulu, Beach Baron at the west ramp with Bravo. Would like to do the Falls tour at 3700, then VFR flight following to Albany at 7500, and we are ready to taxi.
November 3 Delta Zulu, step back.
Mr. Polar Aviation!
And November 3 Delta Zulu, you flight following?
Yes, we'll be on flight following 8 Delta Zulu.
November 8 Delta Zulu, maintain VFR out of below 2,500 until advised. Departure frequency 126.15, squawk 6023.
Alright, maintain VFR at or below 2,500, departure frequency 126.15, squawk 6023, 8 Delta Zulu.
8 Delta Zulu, read back correct. 8 Bravo's current, expect 10 right for departure.
10 right, we'll expect that, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, 10 right for departure.
Ground Piper 114, Papa's ready for taxi.
Let's get our squawk code in there, 6023.
November, who's calling?
114 Whiskey Papa.
114 Whiskey Papa, runway 6 taxi via Juliet.
Alright, 6023. And we're squawking mode Charlie.
And November 208 Whiskey Juliet.
Tower frequency here on standby. Once we switch over to tower, we'll put in our departure frequency 126.15 in there.
November 114 Whiskey Papa.
Alright, he told us to maintain VFR at or below 2,500 for now, so let's bug that in as a reference. 2,500, and it's going to be 10 right for departure, most likely. So let's bug in 100 for runway 10 right.
Fort Delta Victor, contact tower.
Alright, we can call, let them know that we're ready to taxi.
Fort Niagara ground, experimental 172 Sierra X-ray, West Hangars information, Bravo, ready to taxi VFR to the northeast, negative flight following. November 4 Whiskey Papa, continue taxi.
Alright, let's pull up to the line over here. We're all
November
clear?
2 Sierra X-ray runways, what runway did you request? We don't have a preferred runway, we're just ready to taxi at West Hangars. Okay, November 2 Sierra X-ray taxi, correction, runway 6 taxi via Juliet. Runway 6 taxi via Juliet, 2 Sierra X-ray.
Ground Baron 38 Delta Zulu is ready to taxi.
November 38 Delta Zulu, runway 10 right taxi via Charlie.
10 right via Charlie, 8 Delta Zulu.
November 8 Whiskey Juliet, contact tower 118.50.
Let's pull up our ground chart and brief this real quick.
November 4 Whiskey Papa, contact tower 118.50.
Over to tower 118.5, 4 Whiskey Papa, thanks.
So we're here at the west ramp. We're going to 10 right, which is right here via
November
Charlie.
20 X-ray, contact
So it's going to be a kind of a right here on Kilo, and then a left on Charlie, and then holding short 10 right. Real close by. We've got our run-up done, so we're ready to go. Alright, we're clear left. We're clear right.
Niagara ground, Diamond 667, Mike Alpha, request taxi VFR departure in the northeast.
So over this way and then left turn on Charlie, and then we'll be right there at 10 right.
667 Mike Alpha, Niagara ground, good evening. Maintain VFR out of below 2,500, departure frequency 126.15, squawk 6043 and runway 6 taxi via Juliet.
Diamond 667, Mike Alpha, maintain VFR at or below 2,500, departure frequency 126.15.
We'll get it back on once we're airborne.
043 and runway 6 taxi via Juliet.
Alright, we're clear left. Left here on Charlie.
Feedback correct.
Which should take us to 10 right.
Niagara ground, very good evening. This is November 7274 Hotel. Requesting VFR clearance departure to the northeast, and flight following is included.
November 7274 Hotel, Niagara ground, good evening. Maintain VFR out of below 2,500.
Been a while since we've been in the Baron.
126.15, squawk 6066.
You guys know I love the Bonanza, so of course I love the Baron too. Just twice the money to maintain and operate.
Maintain 2,500 until advised.
Alright, 10 right.
It's going to be 126.15. Faculty 60.
We're going to switch over to tower.
November 7274 Hotel.
On 118.5. And then our departure frequency is going to be 12615. Our next frequency,
November
12615. Enter. They're on standby. Tower Beach, 38 Delta Zulu, holding short, runway 1 right, ready for departure.
38 Delta Zulu, Niagara Tower, continue holding short.
Hold short 10 right, 8 Delta Zulu.
514 Delta Victor, contact departure 126.15, sir.
Some traffic inbound here.
514 Delta Victor, sir.
There 38 Delta Zulu, runway 10 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 10 right, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, we've got all of our lights on. All that's left to do is bring in the mixture. We're clear out left, high and low. Let's see, 10 right. Kind of a short runway.
208 Whiskey Juliet, make right cross.
Use every foot that we can.
Runway 6 clear for takeoff.
Wait, where did this guy go?
November 1720, X-ray, runway 6, line up and wait.
Runway 6, line up and wait, 20 X-ray. And we're a straight out departure for 20 X-ray.
20 X-ray.
Alright, we're rotating at 85, and then we'll climb out at between 110 120. Rotating at 85.
Yeah, 38 Delta Zulu, say direction of flight.
We'd like to do the Falls Scenic Tour at 3,700, so it'd be a southwest departure initially, and then before we make our way to Albany for 8 Delta Zulu.
Yeah, 38 Delta Zulu, roger, make right cross, station, make right downwind departure, runway 10 right, clear for takeoff.
Right downwind departure, clear for takeoff, 10 right, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, mixture coming in full rich. Heels to the floor, full power. So right downwind departure. Alright, power set, engines green, airspeed's alive, rotating at 85, there's 80, 85, rotate, and tap on the brakes.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
Positive rate, no runway remaining, gear up.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, affirm.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, contact departure 126.15.
126.15, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, thanks for the service.
This thing is a rocket. Alright, 500 AGL, we're going to dial back the power to 25 and 25 for crew, climb. 25 inches, 2,500.
Approved runway 6 clear for takeoff.
Gear and flaps are up.
X-ray.
We're clear out right.
November 114 Whiskey Foxtrot, runway 6, line up on wait.
Line up on right, wait.
Alright, maintain VFR at or below 2,500 for now, so let's make sure we don't go above 2,500.
November 208 Whiskey Juliet, contact departure 126.15.
We're clear out right. Right downwind departure out to the southwest. We're going to keep it slow because remember we got to stay below 130 knots for the Niagara Falls Scenic. So we'll start setting up for that. Here's the airport down there. All right, 2,500 leveling. And we'll keep it at right around 130 knots for right now. We'll bring our prop back to around 2,300 RPM.
No, 172 TX. So just confirm, we select flight following or not. The ground
we'll
control
use,
at this
I
point.
don't know,
Anything
13,
in a
14 inches of manifold pressure. Should
No,
keep us holding
we're negative flight following.
No, 172 TX. So thank you. November 144 Whiskey Papa on course departure approved, runway 6 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, on course departure approved, 114 Whiskey Papa.
November 667 Mike Alpha, Niagara Tower, you up?
667 Mike Alpha.
November 667 Mike Alpha, Niagara Tower, runway 6, line up and wait.
Runway 6, line up and wait, over 667 Mike Alpha.
Alright, so the falls are straight ahead. We're getting pretty close to the restricted and we're too low to enter. So we're going to go out to the southwest a little bit to the left. Stay outside of the restricted airspace until they clear us up to 3,500. So to stay outside of the blue there, we're going to go out left. We're clear left. We're going to go out this way so we can stay out of this blue etching that's in front of us.
If I said what I heard, it would be clear that...
So we'll just follow the river kind of down this way. He might pass us over off to Buffalo Approach, and then once we talk to him, we'll see if we can go up to 3,500 and enter the scenic pattern there.
No, 172 X, so live in the Delta, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, 20 X-ray.
So basically just waiting for a handoff now. As we leave the Class Delta airspace. So the falls are right here. What we're going to do is kind of do this big loop around this way, just like we briefed.
Number 667 Mike Alpha, on course departure, runway 6 cleared for takeoff.
So are we to expect them to give us clearance through Rochester?
Tower Baron 38 Delta Zulu, request frequency change.
November 38 Delta Zulu, contact Buffalo Approach 126.15 for flight following.
Okay. 12615, 8 Delta Zulu, see ya.
Thanks.
Alright, over to Buffalo Approach.
Yeah, if you're on flight following, all you have to do here in the US is establish two-way radio communication, and since you're already in contact with
Buffalo Approach, good evening, Baron 38 Delta Zulu, about 14 miles west-northwest of Buffalo, 2,500.
Perfect, thank you. Appreciate that.
Am I on the right frequency?
And last aircraft calling, what was the call sign?
November 38 Delta Zulu.
Delta Zulu, hang on, I think I see it.
We're about 15 miles west now of Buffalo, 2,500.
And 38 Delta Zulu, I have you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We'd like to do the Niagara Falls scenic route at 3,700 if we can. 8 Delta Zulu.
8 Delta Zulu, that's approved as requested. You should be good.
Roger, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, let's go up to 3,700.
Buffalo departure.
Let's bring our prop up to 2,500 and manifold pressure to 25.
Number 14 Whiskey Papa.
We're going to go up to 3,700.
Southwest 1605, contact Buffalo Tower 120.5, British night. 120.5, thanks so much, have a great night, Southwest 1605. And November 124, Mike Charlie, you're leaving my airspace. Cleveland Center is offline. No other AT services available. Radar service terminated. Frequency change
above 3,500. We're going to level up at 37. And dial back the power. Remember, we want to be below 130 knots and above 3,500 feet.
Alpha, you're leaving my airspace as well. Buffalo or Cleveland Center is offline. No other AT
so we're going to use
available.
3,700.
Radar service terminated.
We'll
frequency change
cruise along here at 120, 125. I'm going to use our first notch of flaps, so we can lower the nose a little bit and see a little bit better.
And November 516 Delta Foxtrot, you are leaving my airspace.
I'll dial the RPM back to 2300 again.
No other ATC
and
services
15,
available. Radio service
15%
terminated.
or inches
Frequency change
manifold pressure.
approved. Have a great night.
Should work.
Yeah, thanks for the ATC. Over to Unicom. 6 Delta Foxtrot.
Alright, now what I'm using here is this road here as our reference. So we're going to go just west of that road, and we're going to do a big kind of a racetrack pattern around that road. We've also got to remember that we cannot pass north of the Rainbow Bridge, which I'll show you what that is here in a second. It's this bridge here, if you could see that, just northeast of the falls there. Alright, 3700, 120 knots, we're looking good.
Buffalo departure over 667 Mike Alpha, climbing 2001.
Alright, we can start heading this way, entering the pattern.
Number 667 Mike Alpha, Buffalo approach. Good evening.
So we're just doing a big oval shape around this road here. And that top of that oval is going to be right where the bridge is. So we're just going to be circling kind of like this. We'll do 1 or 2 circles and then we'll proceed on course. So this is the Niagara Falls special flight rules area. Speed's good, altitude's good. I'm going to keep switching it to an exterior view so we can see. It's really hard to see out the Baron without moving the viewpoint inside the cockpit. So we'll continue out this way, kind of over here where my cursor is. We're going to circle right over Rainbow Bridge and then come back over this way. And we'll probably do this 2 times and then we'll proceed. Let's see if we can see get a nice shot of the Niagara Falls. So this is the Rainbow Bridge. We've got to be careful not to cross onto the other side of that. We want to stay inside of the bridge there. Making sure we're staying above the altitude floor there, 3,500.
Charlie Golf, Lima
and below
Whiskey
130 knots.
X-ray. You're leaving my airspace. Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a great rest of your night.
Frequency change approved. Squawk AFR. Charlie Golf, Lima Whiskey X-ray. Thanks for the service.
And there it is, the famous Niagara Falls. Staying inside the bridge here. I do have some add-on scenery off flightsim.to. Can't remember the name of the developer, but that's normally the falls aren't really animated like this with the default scenery. Did a pretty nice job. Very pretty with the falls actually moving like that. Alright, we're going to continue our racetrack pattern here around the road. This is the road here, our reference. So one more oval around the falls, and then we'll
Buffalo approach, Diamond 6.
we'll let approach know that we're going to continue out to Albany. I did bust a little bit there, went below 3,500. Want to stay above 3,500, below 130 knots.
667 Mike Alpha. You established
Kind of difficult when you're switching to external views in and out, trying to fly the airplane like
Mike Alpha,
this.
yes, affirmative. Yeah, your radar contact's back.
Let's do one more loop.
You're good.
Oh, Roger, thanks.
Yep, you're fine. And November 514 Delta Victor, you are leaving my airspace. Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available. Radar services terminated.
We can keep this one a little bit tighter. There's no other traffic in the area.
Change approved. Appreciate the service. 514 Delta Victor.
Probably normally the special flight rules area over Niagara Falls is packed with airplanes. Usually be following people, and depending how many airplanes are in the pattern, you'd have to extend that oval a little bit. But since we're the only ones here, we can keep it nice and tight. There's Rainbow Bridge. Now on the other side of the river here, we are in Canadian airspace. Still controlled by Buffalo approach, but we are technically over Canada right now on this side of the water. And of course, New York State's on the other side. Polar Aviation, they didn't fix it. It's this is add-on scenery off flightsim.to. I just mentioned it a few moments here ago. I don't know the name of the developer or the guy that made it, but it is available on flightsim.to. The animated falls there. But yeah, man. Pretty cool. And thanks for the services today, Polar. Appreciate it, man. Niagara ground. Above 3,500, below 130 knots.
Butter, very good evening, November 7274 Hotel. Climbing 2,500 feet on ground, copy watch.
And last aircraft was that November 7274 Hotel?
I think that's 7274.
Alright, as soon as we get to the other side of the water here, I'm going to let Buffalo approach know that we're done over here. And ask them for permission to proceed on course to Albany and up to 7,500. Buffalo approach, Baron 38 Delta Zulu. We're done over here by the falls. We'd like to proceed on course to Albany, 7,500.
And that was number 3 Delta Zulu proceeding on course?
Yes, sir. 8 Delta Zulu.
And 8 Delta Zulu, that is approved as requested.
Proceed on course, 8 Delta Zulu, thanks. Alright, on our way to Albany now. Here's Niagara Falls Airport where we departed out of. We're above that class Delta. We've been given the okay to proceed on course and maintain VFR. We can go up to 7,500 now. Let's fly a heading of let's do 085 for now. So I'll sync that up here, 085, and we're gonna plug in 7,500. And our altitude. Let's bring our speed up a little bit. Let's go RPM up to 2,500, and then 25 inches manifold pressure for climb. Go level change and heading mode, engage the autopilot.
November 489 Echo Fox, you are leaving my airspace. Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Good night. Roger, thank you. Have a good night.
Climb. So now we're going up to 7,500, heading 085.
Climbing to 6,000 feet en route to Hamilton.
And Charlie Golf Kilo Alpha Sierra Buffalo
Lake
approach.
Ontario.
Good evening. Proceed
off to our left.
Colston is filed.
This big lake out here.
Proceed Colston is filed. Charlie Golf Kilo Alpha Sierra.
scenery's done really well up here in FS 2020. Looks awesome. There's the airport below us. Here's runway 10 right, where we took off from. So we were parked right here. Went out this way. Let's get the tunes back on. Alright, so now we're looking for the highway, or I think it's a railroad track, and just to the, right next to the railroad track is the Erie Canal, which is what we're going to be following the entire way to Albany. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure...
November 114 Whiskey Papa, you are leaving my airspace. Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available.
Here's the road, here's the railroad tracks.
Change of cruise. Have a great
and
night.
if you follow this up,
Alright,
you can see the canal a little bit up here.
VFR, 114 Whiskey Papa, thanks for the service tonight.
So I think this might be the canal where it joins up with the... Yeah, this is the canal here. I don't know how well you guys can see this. So the town of Lockport is at our 11 o'clock. That's right here, where my mouse cursor is. And if you can see, there's a little blue line, this one here. If we follow that blue line, that's the Erie Canal. It goes up here into the town of Lockport, and then parallels the railroad tracks up towards the town of Medina. So that's what we see here, where my mouse cursor is. Here's the tracks, and here's where the canal joins, and this is the canal to follow. So we can go left turn another 10-15 degrees. We'll fly heading, let's fly heading 075. We're already picking up the Rochester VOR. So that's already ID'd here. We can see ROC on the Garmin. Alright, leveling off 7,500. Alright, what was that radial that we wanted to track inbound to Rochester? It's going to be, looks like 300. So we're going to go down here. And we're going to be flying the 300 radial inbound to Rochester. So the arrow is actually going to be facing 120. So 120 on the course, which is the 300 radial for Rochester. Once the green line starts coming in, we'll intercept, and then we'll track that 300 radial inbound to Rochester. Alright, power, I've got it full forward. We're going to dial back our prop to 2300 RPM, and we can start leaning out the mixture.
Number 667 Mike Alpha, you are leaving my airspace.
And we can close the
Cleveland Center is
cowls
offline.
as well.
Services available, radar services terminated, frequency change approved. Have a great night.
I never forgot to bring up our flaps. Let's do that.
Service terminated, frequency change.
Forgot I had those down over the falls. Wondering why we were going so slow. You can see our airspeed picking up now. So I'm actually gonna... Actually, the power's fine. We'll leave it right there. Let's let our airspeed build up a little bit, and we can start leaning now. All right, so I'm gonna pull the mixture back now slowly until we see a drop in RPM, and then enrich, slightly rich of peak. We should be burning somewhere around 30 gallons an hour in the Baron. Just pulling the mixture back slowly. There's a little drop in RPM there. We'll look for further drop. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back in a little bit. Maybe about right there. You can see we're burning about 30 gallons an hour. 15 gallons on each side. Power set, RPM set, and mixture set. Refer back to my checklist. Cruise climb, power 25, prop 25, airspeed 120, and then our cruise checklist, cowl flaps closed, power 65% or 23 inches manifold pressure. We're set at 22 and 2300 RPM. Mixture lean as required. Cruise checklist complete. We'll keep all of our lights on the entire trip. Everything else looks good. Quick scan over here just to make sure everything's in the green, everything's happy and healthy. Yeah, we are looking good. We've also got the canal here on the GPS. This is the Erie Canal, the canal to follow. Perfect, we're all set. So now we're just waiting for the green line to come in on the localizer to intercept that 300 radial to Rochester.
Buffalo departure, Delta 755, passing through 6,700 for 10,000. Master aircraft, that was Delta 755. Let me check for you. Oh, I see you now. Stand by.
Still no sign of Cleveland Center, so we might get cut loose pretty soon here.
Delta 755.
From Buffalo approach.
Departure. Good evening. Radar contact. Proceed direct Jamestown, Dennis File.
Boston Center is on tonight, so we'll be talking to
direct
them.
Jamestown, Dennis
We'll pick up flight following
Delta
again once
755.
we're inside his airspace. Alright, that localizer is alive. It's starting to come in now slowly. Once it's about center there, we'll engage nav mode and the GPS, and that'll fly the VOR for us and keep that green line centered.
And Delta 755, you are leaving my airspace. Actually, Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good night. Over to Unicom for Delta 75. Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to 122.8 next. So I'm gonna get that here on standby, staying ahead of the airplane. Lake Ontario. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of the Niagara Falls. It's a lot of fun flying over that thing. It's fun practicing flying through special flight rules areas here in the sim. That way, if I ever get out there and I'm able to do it in real life, I kind of know what to expect already. It's not like I'm doing it for the first time. It's really good practice here in the sim. Alright, that needle's almost centered. Once it's pretty much right in the middle there, we're going to turn on nav mode.
Boston Center. Cirrus November 516.
Discord.
Thanks.
Alright, the needles are centered. I'm going to go to nav mode. Airplane should start turning right. That's going to fly the localizer.
Hey, JPC.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the link handy to that Bayport aerodrome procedure video?
I do. Stand by.
Yeah, if you can pop it into my stream chat, that'd be awesome.
Stand by.
Alright, so now we're on the 300 radial into Rochester inbound. And we are 29 miles out of Rochester.
What was that?
There you go.
Hello?
There you go. Thanks for coming today.
Alright, there's the canal that we're following.
72744 Hotel, you're leaving
Erie Canal.
Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Good night.
Is this one here?
Frequencies above November 7274 Hotel.
So we're flying out this way, and we just intercepted that 300 radial for Rochester. Now that's going to keep us pretty much right over the canal, at least paralleling it. You can see the canal runs this way and goes out this way. And Rochester's right out over this way somewhere. I think I could see the light there. So here's the Erie Canal. So we're keeping that there as a visual reference, and then also using these VORs to get us to Albany.
November 38 Delta Zulu, you're leaving my airspace. Cleveland Center is offline. No other ATC services available. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved, and have a great rest of your flight.
8 Delta Zulu, thanks for all your help today. See ya. Alright, so now we're going to go to 122.8. And we're going to squawk VFR 1200.
This is November 7274 Hotel.
So now we're on our own for a bit until we get into Boston Center's airspace, and then we'll pick up flight following again with him.
We are climbing to 5,500 feet.
The canal down there. You can see it up here, running that way into Rochester. So here we are, the little blue airplane. We're right on course. We've got some traffic here on ADSB. We've got one guy, November 7274 Hotel, 4,400 feet below us at our 8 o'clock. We've got November 629er 8 Papa, 2,100 feet below us at our 12 o'clock. So we'll be looking out for him just in case he decides to climb. So once we cross over the Rochester VOR, we're going to stay tuned to it, but we're going to track the, let's see, this is 120, 110, so maybe 108 radial outbound. And that's going to keep us right on the teal line here that I've got plotted on Garmin Pilot, which is going to keep us right over the Erie Canal. You can see that little blue line swiggling through there, just parallel to the road. That's going to keep us right over the Erie Canal until we get over here by Port Byron, and that's where we're going to pick up the Syracuse VOR on 117.0, and we'll fly it pretty much direct from there, which should be about the 265 radial inbound to Syracuse. So that's the plan, just like we briefed. Beautiful weather today. Again, here's the canal. Keeping it there as a visual reference. That canal will take us all the way to Albany. See this traffic down here. One guy that's about 100 feet below us, we're overtaking him now. Let's see if I can spot him. He's way down there though. Might not be able to see him. There he is. A little green light out there. So we're passing him, he should no longer be a factor. Looks like he's a lot slower than us. Everything's in the green, everything's looking good. Alright, we are 3.5 miles out of Rochester. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to sync our heading bug to 117. I'm going to engage heading mode. That way once we pass the VOR, the airplane doesn't try to turn us around. So heading mode is engaged at 117. And then once we pass Rochester, we're going to track that 108, 109 radial outbound. So now I'm on heading mode. I'm going to go ahead and turn our course knob to 10. Let's call it, let's see, 110. Let's do 110, 110. So I'm going to set my course to 110. You can see now that we're crossing over the Rochester VOR that we're losing signal since we're right over the antenna. The antenna points straight up. Usually you don't get signal just above. It's kind of like a dipole antenna where you're right above, you don't get signal, just only around it. So the needle's going to start doing some weird things, kind of bouncing around left and right. But once we cross over and get to the other side, that needle should jump over to the right side.
You guys real quick and over.
and then once we intercept that 100 radial outbound, it'll center, and then we'll re-engage nav mode.
I'll wait.
What's up?
Stay by.
We're still 2.4 out. Oh, wait a minute. I think we already crossed over. Did I do that right? Hold on a second. I might have done something wrong here. Oh no, I did it right. Okay. Yeah, we should be going left a little bit. I guess I blew past it. Let's go back to, let's go 095, and we'll intercept that radial.
I'm going to close that tonight, 9 o'clock. So if you haven't voted already, make sure to vote. Links in the GA chat or the Pulse channel.
I was just a little bit further right than I had anticipated when we crossed over. We've got everything set up right in our avionics. It's just we have to turn back to intercept. Now the needle's starting to come in. Once it's centered, we'll go back to nav mode. Alright, nav mode. Now the GPS once again is going to fly the VOR and keep our needle centered. You can even see the canal here on synthetic vision. The Erie Canal. Boom, perfect. Keep us right over that canal.
I will let you know.
Here's the canal. If you follow my cursor, it runs right alongside the road here, and then goes out this way.
Tiny layer here, but obviously can't go.
I dropped down to 3,500.
And just pull a island pilot and say it's haze.
Hazy bag coming back into New York yesterday from all that smoke from the wildfires.
That's why I like to touch and go landings yesterday. I didn't even go anywhere.
I'll be cleared out by tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah, you know what.
Guys, if you're enjoying the live stream so far, hit that thumbs up button for me.
All right, I will too.
Really helps out the channel. I appreciate it. I know you guys already did that. I don't even got to tell you guys.
Big things are happening in a couple minutes. Yes.
But if you forgot, smash that thumbs up button.
Video. I only say hopefully because it doesn't come out. I don't want to go on record as saying it definitely.
Change your phone number for the video. I don't know. I'm not even sure I want to know.
Hey, it's not that type.
That's what I was thinking, Rob.
I know. Like I know he's got a Twitch channel. He's got a YouTube channel. Now he's got an OnlyFans.
Wow. If I did, I don't know. Would that blow up?
So you guys are hearing the guys, the group, Virtual USA Flying Club on Discord. That's the other voices that you hear, and the audio.
That's where I get my flying.
They're not transmitting on frequency. They're just in Discord. Let's sync our heading bug up. So that's good practice. 106. Alright, so we're going to track this radial to we're about... So we're about 40 miles out. So once we show 40 miles down here, we're going to tune to the Syracuse VOR and then fly that direct. And that's going to keep us right over the canal. So about 40 miles out of Rochester, the canal kind of bends back up to the northwest, or correction, northeast. That's when we're going to tune to the other VOR and then fly that out to northeast. See all of the boys here on ADSB. A couple more targets ahead of us. They're flying real low, so they're flying the canal visually, which we still kind of technically are, just much higher, and using VORs as a backup, sort of. So if we pan this way on Garmin Pilot, right about here is when we're going to switch frequencies and switch over to Syracuse. And you can see the canal kind of bends and does like a big V-shaped thing here, and then goes out to the northeast, and then we're going to fly the Syracuse VOR direct to Syracuse. Once we cross over the VOR, we're going to fly the 095-094 radial outbound out over the lake, Oneida Lake, over Sylvan Beach, out over this way, and then somewhere around over here we're going to switch over to we're going to tune to the Utica VOR and then fly that. Everything I have routed here keeps us right over the canal. Right here the canal bends back down to the southeast, right here next to the highway, so we'll have it there off to our left. Boom. Over Utica, then we're going to fly the 109 radial outbound Utica. The canal still there off to our left. I think that's it. And once we get right here, we're going to tune to the Albany VOR, as well as start our VFR descent. At this point right here, we're going to be about 30 miles out of Albany. Just as another reference here, we can go to, we're using VORs, but we can go to our GPS over here and go direct to, we can plug in Albany. Activate. Now we've got the line pointed direct to the airport. And we also have like distance and things like that up here. So we're 145 miles out of Albany. 145, our ground speed, we're doing 191 knots. We've got a 15 knot quartering tailwind from our left.
Hey Mike, the Revs are winning 3-0. How are your Red Bulls?
Nothing, no score right now against Toronto.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna run in the kitchen real quick. I'll be right back, guys.
Not bad.
Alright, we're 3.5 miles out of the Rochester VOR. At around 4.0 miles, we're going to tune over to Syracuse. We've got the frequency already plugged in up here, 117.0. So what I'm going to do now, let's sync our heading bug, 107. Let's switch over to heading mode. Engaged. And we're just going to wait till this says 40. We're going to switch frequencies, and then we're going to fly direct to Syracuse VOR. So we'll have the canal here off our left, and it's going to kind of turn up to the northeast right when we switch over to Syracuse, and then when we switch over to Syracuse and fly direct, that's going to turn us out to the northeast. Alright, 40 miles. So we're going to switch frequencies. 117.0. We can ID it right here. SYR, Syracuse. Now we're going to adjust our course knob to fly it direct. Align the needles. And re-engage nav mode. Now the airplane should turn left and fly those needles direct to Syracuse. There's the canal. It's so pretty out here. Alright, so now we're flying direct to Syracuse. We're 2.4 miles out. Let's sync our heading bug. Hey, Dean Eubanks, come on, Barry. What's up, Dean? I still haven't watched the movie yet, but I've got it queued up, man. It's ready to go. I'm just waiting for the right night.
Approach just got on for Syracuse before Boston Center.
Yeah, they can do radar contact before getting the squawk, if they know your exact position.
Alright, Syracuse is online. Trying to think if it's worth contacting them or not. Let me see where Boston Center's airspace starts. I'm not quite sure. I think we'll just hold off until we need to contact Boston. So we're technically above approach's airspace.
Yeah, the handful ways.
Where are we? Alright, we're actually in, I think we're in Boston's airspace already.
So once again, real quick, sorry for the interruption, but
we just entered Boston Center's airspace. So I'm gonna call him and pick up flight following.
Flying event on August 1st. If you want to look at either the GA chat or the Pulse channel. If you haven't voted already,
let's turn the music
off.
off.
To do so. Sorry.
So Boston Center is going to be on 134.7. 34.7 transfer.
Runway 27,
it's active up there.
altimeter 2984.
And we can let them know our position relative to Syracuse and let them know that we want VFR flight falling to Albany, 7,500, and then he's going to give us a squawk code.
Air Canada 812, radar contact.
Hey, Melvin Leroy! What's up, Brant? Hope you're having a great day so far. I'm on your 6. Nice, man. What's the call sign today, Brant?
Bus Center, Air Canada 70 with you, level 370.
Looking at ADSB, I don't see you back there.
Air Canada 70, Boston
Unless you're way back there.
Squawk 4746.
4746.
Okay, yeah, I'm not picking up. You're probably a little bit ways back. Yeah, I know you got a late start. You said you were working tonight. I'm surprised you made it. I'm glad you did, man.
Air Canada 70, radar contact, welcome.
Mr. Melvin Leroy. Guys, Melvin Leroy on Twitch. My good buddy Brant, who's also a member of the Virtual USA Flying Club, has an awesome Twitch channel.
On the ground on this frequency.
Go check it out, give him a follow. Are you streaming right now, Brant? Alright, let's call Boston. Let's see, we are 10 miles west of Syracuse. Boston Center, good evening. Baron 38 Delta Zulu.
Baron 38 Delta Zulu, Boston Center.
Baron 38 Delta Zulu is about 10 miles west of Syracuse, 7,500 with like VFR flight falling to Albany.
38 Delta Zulu, contact Syracuse approach on 126.12.
126.12, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, I guess he wants us to go to approach first.
Do that. Climbing 14,000 feet.
2612.
4 nautical miles away from Dubois.
And we've got Boston Center there on standby for once we get handed off back to them. Good, man. It's good to take a break from streaming every once in a while and just enjoy. So is this Syracuse approach? 12612.
Responders, verify it's on mode C.
12615. No, 125. 126 125. 126
Should be on mode C right
125.
now, Air Canada 70.
Edward, sorry, one more thing. I'm got to report back, but I'm back.
Cherokee Sierra Juliet Alpha, roger.
Alright, we're coming up on Oneida Lake at our 12 o'clock. The Syracuse approach, good evening, and Baron 38 Delta Zulu.
Baron 38 Delta Zulu, Syracuse approach.
Baron 38 Delta Zulu, 5 miles west of Syracuse, 7,500, would like VFR flight following to Albany.
Baron 8 Delta Zulu, radar contact, squawk 4705.
4705, 8 Delta Zulu. 4705.
By the way, Eric, right now my count is 16.
Baron 8 Delta Zulu, the Syracuse altimeter 3001.
3001, 8 Delta Zulu. And now we're on flight following with Syracuse approach. In a little bit we'll get handed off to Boston Center. Alright, we're 2 miles out. Let's sync our heading bug up. 080. Let's go to heading mode. And next we're going to want to intercept the 094 radial outbound Syracuse. So I'm going to turn our course knob to 094. Set. Once the needle comes in and centers, we'll re-engage nav mode, which should happen in about a mile
Twin
and a half.
Comanche Golf Romeo Sierra, contact Albany approach 132.82. Good night.
132.82 for Charlie Golf, Golf Romeo Sierra. Good night, and thanks for the ATC.
All right, there it is, jumping around. We're probably gonna have to do the same thing we did last time. Go right just a little bit to intercept. So let's fly a heading of 105, and then we should see that needle start to come in. There it is. And back over to Navi.
Sirius 6 Delta Foxtrot, contact Albany approach 132.82. Good night.
132.82. Thanks for the ATC. Have a good night.
Sink our heading bug. That's going to put us right over the lake, Oneida Lake. Once we pass the lake and a couple miles just beyond, that's when we're going to switch frequencies, nav frequencies over to the Utica VOR, and that's going to be on 111.2, so we can get that all set up. 111.2. They're on standby. And we're going to fly this radial on the Syracuse VOR until we're about, let's see, 27 miles. So once we see 27 miles down here, we're gonna switch over to Utica and then fly that direct. So this is the Erie Canal still. It leads right into the lake, Oneida Lake, and then once we get to the other side, you'll see it again. You can kind of already see it here.
Approach,
cursor is. It's going to go out this way and then break off to the southeast.
12 miles.
That's when we're going to switch over to Utica, and flying that VOR is going to keep us right over the canal.
Approach, squawk 4706. Sir 667 Mike Alpha.
You get some music back on?
Diamond 7 Mike Alpha, radar contact, 12 miles west Syracuse Airport, Syracuse, altimeter 3001, say altitude.
So we're doing this just as we briefed.
Diamond 6.
Here's our route. We're a little bit over halfway now. We're right here over the lake.
Diamond 7 Mike Alpha, roger.
Oneida Lake, we're about right here. So we're flying this VOR on this radial outbound till we get to this point, which is 27 miles out. Then we switch to fly this VOR direct, and then the canal kind of runs just off to our left here, parallel. That's going to be the last VOR to fly before we're direct Albany. And flying this track here is going to keep us, again, parallel with the Erie Canal, which is the Mohawk River. Same thing. The canal leads into the river. Once we're flying Utica, 119 radial outbounds. Once we're about 30 miles out, we'll switch over to Albany VOR and start our VFR descent as well, right here at this point.
Syracuse approach, this is November 7274 Hotel. currently 21 miles west of the VOR at 3,400 feet.
Skyhawk 7274 Hotel, Syracuse approach, squawk 4707.
4707, Skyhawk 74 Hotel.
We've got some clouds up ahead. We've got to maintain VFR separation. Let's jump back in the cockpit real quick.
74 Hotel, radar contact, both Syracuse, altimeter 3001.
I think we're going to drop it down a little bit. Or we can go up to 95. Now let's drop it down. Let's go down to 55. So level change. Enrich the mixture a little bit and dial back the power. We're going to have to get beneath these clouds.
Baron Lima Whiskey X-ray traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles same direction, Cherokee at 3,500.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray traffic in sight.
Baron Lima Whiskey X-ray, you're indicating 10 knots faster than that traffic, and for the sequence we reduce speed
just
by
referring back over to our VFR sectional,
so that you don't overtake.
Garmin Pilot, my EFB, just making sure that we're not busting into any airspace.
Reduced by 109.
By descending.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
We've got a class Delta coming up for
Mooney 504
Griffiths.
Delta Victor traffic 12 o'clock, 5 miles same direction.
And that
Baron
runs
at
from the surface up to 3,000. We're going to be well above
negative
that, no
contact,
problem.
we're looking 5
Mooney 4 Delta Victor, roger, and reduce speed by 20 knots. You're indicating 20 knots
Make
faster
sure there's
than
no
that traffic
other
for the
Class
sequence.
Charlie or Class Bravo airspace that
Okay,
we're going to
we'll
bust
stand by
into. So we're going to be
29,
okay
Bravo Victor.
at 5,500. That's going to work just fine for us. That's going to keep us beneath the clouds here. Still got the
Cherokee Sierra
still have
Juliet
the Canal
Alpha,
in sight.
contact Albany approach on 132.82. Good night.
132.82 for Viper 11 judges. I'll thank you.
Or is it this here? Okay, it's this one beneath us, not that one.
Baron Lima Whiskey X-ray, you can resume normal speed. The spacing actually looks good. Thanks for your help.
Resume normal speed, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
100 feet to go, leveling off at 55. Still kind of close to these clouds. I don't know if that's quite 500 below or not. Drop it down another couple hundred feet. Nope, Mr. Melvin Leewar, we are in the Baron G58, man. I was thinking about taking the Seminole, but I thought it'd be a little bit too slow for this one. We are in the Baron, hauling butt. Well, not so much right now, but we will be again in a second. Start bringing back in that power. We're doing about $170. We got a late jump because we did the Niagara Falls special flight rules area. We did a couple circles around the falls. I want to make sure I was in something fast so I can catch up to everybody since everybody else got the jump on me. But we've already blown past pretty much everyone, so I think we're ahead of the pack again. Alright, I'm going to keep our altitude where it's at. We're going to let our airspeed build up a little bit, and then we're going to dial back the power and re-lean for best economy. Let's see, let's do 23 inches manifold pressure, 2300 RPM. And let's lean out. just leaning till the engines start running rough first when we see a pretty big drop in the RPM there. And then we'll bring it back in the mixture a few turns.
Baron Lima Whiskey X-ray contact Albany approach on 132.82. Good night.
Mixture's coming back in.
132.82, Charlie Golf Lane
Right
1
about there.
Thanks for the service.
And we're burning about 30 gallons per hour, 15 on each side, which is what we're looking for. Alright, we already blew past that checkpoint, just by a couple miles or so, so now we want to tune to that other VOR and fly it direct, so we're going to switch over. Well, let's go to heading mode first. Heading mode, we switched over, now we're going to turn our course knob and fly direct. Oh, that's not the right one. Fly direct to Utica. Right there, we'll go back to nav mode. There's the canal that we're following.
Mooney 4 Delta Victor, contact Albany approach on 132.82. Good night.
3282 to 5 and 4 Delta Victor, see ya.
Syracuse approach, November 11816.
So I got a little bit distracted and we kind of blew past that point, but no biggie. We're back on it and we're right over the canal.
5,500, we're up Mooney.
This might actually work out a little bit better.
We're cresting VFR flight following into Albany.
November 11816, squawk 4710.
4710, November 11816.
Let's go ahead and check on the weather in Albany. See what it's looking like over there. Alright, this METAR is 53 minutes old. Winds 340 at 6, 10 statute miles.
November 816, correction, Mooney 816, radar contact.
Broken 3,400, broken 5,000, broken 10,000,
3001.
1817, altimeter 2996.
3001, Mooney at 16.
Let's see if we can look at our remarks down here as well. Rain began 6 past the hour, ending 34 past the hour. Showers in the vicinity, southeast, southwest of the airfield. Those were the storms that we were looking at earlier when we were briefing on Sky Vector. You can kind of see it here. Some rain. Looks like it's breaking up. Looks like the weather's going to be good into Albany. I don't think we're going to have any issue there. Let's see what the altimeter setting here is at Greffis. Altimeter 3000. I know I had kind of messed this up earlier. Let's go to 3000 on the altimeter. Everything's in the green. Alright, we're 7 miles out of Utica. After that, we're going to fly the Utica VOR. We're going to fly the 119er radial outbound. So let's sync our heading bug to 146. I'm going to engage heading mode. And then we're going to change our course to read 119.
Departure, good evening, King Air 72 Tango with you, leveling at 3,000.
So once we intercept that, we'll re-engage nav mode, and then we're going to be flying out to the southeast. Continuing over
King
the
Air
canal.
72 Tango, you're on Syracuse approach. If you're looking for
That's
Albany
going to put us pretty much
departure,
direct into Albany after that. And we just got to remember, once we're 30 miles out of Utica, that's when we're going to start our VFR descent into Albany. So here we are, about to cross over Utica. Then we're going to fly that 119er radial outbound till we're 30 miles out, which will be about right here. And then we're going to start our VFR descent. And at that point, we can also switch over to the Albany VOR, which is going to be on 115.3. Wait, he never handed us off to center. Unless I wasn't paying attention. Alright, 1 mile out. We should see this needle start to come in here in a moment. I hope I didn't miss a radio call there. Alright, so let's fly out left to intercept that radial. See that needle start to come in. Let's go a few more degrees left. You can still see the canal here on synthetic vision, which is kind of cool. Alright, needle's coming in. Switch over back to nav mode once it's centered pretty much. Maybe just a hair off. Alright, nav mode.
Charlie Romeo Sierra, give me your destination. Yeah, I know it's calling Charlie. Charlie Romeo Sierra. Just let me know when you're on final.
Roger that.
Still got the canal here to our left. And it just goes this way where my cursor is. You can kind of still see it way out here. And then goes this way. Alright, once we're 30 miles out of Utica, we're going to start our VFR descent. We're going to switch over to the Albany VOR. Albany VOR 115.3. .3, they're on standby.
I'm fine.
Hey, thanks. I'll be turning base
now. I think he may have forgot to hand us off to center. Unless I didn't hear him, which I hope is not the case. I haven't got any private messages here on vPilot, so I don't think that's the case. I'm gonna call him, I think. 120125. Let me turn the music off. Approach Baron 38 Delta Zulu.
Baron 38 Delta Zulu, Syracuse.
Hey, are we still supposed to be with you or with Boston Center now, 8 Delta Zulu?
Baron 8 Delta Zulu, I'll have you off the Albany approach here in about 5 miles.
Roger, 8 Delta Zulu, thanks. I guess we're still in his airspace. Just want to make sure we're kind of far away from Syracuse. Just want to make sure we weren't forgotten about. Five more miles. to make sure I did not hear him if he called me earlier, because I know I'm prone to do that sometimes, streaming, listening to music. I try to always be listening, but sometimes some of those transmissions get past me. Alright, let's do this. Let's sync our heading bug and go back to heading mode, and we can start picking up the Albany VOR, which is going to put us on the same track, should, if we fly it direct. 115.3, we'll flip-flop, we'll ID it, ALB, and you can see the needles are already centered there. We can maybe turn it 1 degree to the left, right there, and re-engage nav mode. And now we're tracking the Albany VOR direct, and we are 47 miles out, which the VOR is located right at the center of the airport. So we're 47 miles out of the airport. 47 miles, doing 187 knots over the ground. Let's see what our GTN 750 tells us for ETE.
Baron 5 Delta Zulu, contact Albany approach on 132.82. Good night.
132.82, 8 Delta Zulu. See ya. Alright, so over to Albany approach. One 132.825. 32.82. Albany approach, good evening, Baron 38 Delta Zulu, 5,200 VFR.
November 38 Delta Zulu, Albany approach, hello, Quebec is correct.
Roger, we'll pick up Quebec, 8 Delta Zulu.
November 72 Tango, contact Boston Center, 134.7.
Alright, GTN 750 is telling us we're about 14 minutes out. ETE, 43 nautical miles out.
134.772 Tango, good night.
Let's see what Garmin Pilot says, if that kind of matches something close. Yeah, about 15 minutes, 42 miles out. And now let's pick up Quebec.
With the X-ray confirm, you still have the traffic at your 12 o'clock in sight.
More clouds here in front of us. Let's dip down a little bit lower.
I can't see the airport.
Let's go to 3,500 now.
Charlie, with the
level
X-ray,
change.
Roger.
Increase the mixture a little bit and dial back to power.
Tower on 119.5. Have a good night.
Maintain
Follow the
VFR.
traffic, 119.5. Charlie Golf Lane Whiskey X-ray. Thanks for the service.
Yeah, voted on the poll yet. Last call.
Alright, ATIS is going to be...
November 514 Delta Victor, proceed direct to the Albany Airport. It's going to be at your 12 o'clock.
Albany ATIS 12045.
Alright, direct to the airport. Don't yet have it in sight, but we'll go direct to the VOR.
Let's see if we can monitor
we'll let you know
both.
when we see it.
It'll let us do this. Let's see. Let's see, how do I switch to COM 2? There we go, COM 2. And we want 12045. 12045. Active on COM 2. We'll jump over here and monitor 2. Let's kill the music. Let's see if we pick up anything. If we don't pick up anything, I'll just read you guys the text version. Alright, we're below those clouds now. 3,800 for 3,500.
Approach 5 Delta Victor, we got the wrong way to sight.
Alright, nothing coming in on the ATIS. Let me make sure that frequency's right. 12045. 12045. We're monitoring 1 and 2. Nothing's coming in. We'll go back to just listening to 1, and I'm going to read you guys the text version here. Albany International Airport information, Quebec. Winds 350 at 6. 10 statute miles. Broken 3400, broken 5000, broken 10,000, 1817, altimeter 2996. Runway 1 is in use. Landing and departing runway 1. Advise you have information in Quebec. So we've got Quebec. Baron 38 Delta Zulu has information Quebec.
Number 38 Delta Zulu, Albany approach, thanks.
Alright, 20, let's do 23 and 23. And re-lean.
Good, gentlemen, that was good.
Right there is good.
Yeah, another fantastic flight with you guys. It's been a
So
while
we're about
since I've
30 miles out, I would say. 32 miles out.
Very much.
We've already started half of our descent.
It's my first time in a while.
Let's see, 4 times 3 is 12. Yeah, but keep it. We'll do a couple more miles here at 3,500 and then we'll continue down. Field elevation there at Albany. 285, we'll call it 300, so we'll be wanting to get down to 1,300 for pattern altitude. 1,300. 2996 on the altimeter. .2996 is set. Descent checklist, altimeter checked and set. Fuel selector valves are on. Cowl flaps are closed. Power as required. We've got our power, our prop, and our mixture set. Windshield defroster we won't need, and airspeed checked. Descent checklist complete. Don T, what's going on, man? Good to see you, Don. Hope you're having a good day, man. When's the next game of the finals? How are we doing? It was tied up last time I saw. I think 2-2. Let's see, let's see. I'm rooting for Phoenix, Don. Going for your team. I don't care about the Bucks.
November 38 Delta Zulu, proceed direct to the Albany Airport.
Direct Albany, 38 Delta Zulu.
Albany Airport, Piper, Albany approach, Piper 114 Whiskey Papa.
And we are direct.
500 inbound for full stop at Albany.
November 114 Whiskey Papa, Albany approach. Good evening, Quebec is current.
Alright, we have information Quebec, 114 Whiskey Papa.
Oh no!
Number 1.
Oh man.
November 4 Whiskey Papa, roger, thanks.
Sorry to hear, Don. Rohype, what's going on, Rohype? Alright, how far are we out? 2 miles. Alright, let's start working our way down to 1,300 slowly. Let's bug in 13. Dude, where does all the time go, man? Time flies, I swear to God. 1,300. Let's do level change. A little bit more mixture and dial back the power. We're probably going to go to Albany Tower next on 119.5. We'll get that in here on standby. 119.5. 119.5. 27.5. On standby.
Where are you at, Rob? Slant?
About a 2-mile left base.
Okay.
Do I watch Air... Hey, what's up, Air Canada Express? Good to see you, man. Do I watch Air Safety Institute? Sometimes. I think I am subscribed to their channel. Why? What's up, Air Canada? Specific video you want me to see? Don says, hope you're doing better. Got that sinus thing figured out. So I had my
approach Diamond 7
CT scan last week.
2100.
Got the results.
Remember, 667 Mike
so it is
Alpha,
polyps.
Albany, approach good.
I have the
evening,
paperwork
Quebec,
here
sir.
somewhere. It's a long list of things. I've got a couple of different issues
Switch
going on
over,
with my
pick up
sinuses.
Quebec, Diamond 7 Mike.
Today I actually had the follow-up appointment with my ENT, so we went over it.
Tree 8 Delta Zulu, the airport at your 12 o'clock, 1 tree miles, report in sight.
Roger, we'll report when we have it in sight. 8 Delta Zulu. So I had my follow-up appointment with my ENT today, and he's going to get me on. So we ran a camera up through my nose and in my up through my nose. We could actually see the polyp on the camera. And I'm starting antibiotics today to see if we can shrink it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that inevitably it's going to be surgery. We're going to have to cut that thing out of there. So there's a big polyp there on my left side, nasal passageway, blocking the nasal passageway as well as the sinus passageway. So my left sinus in my cheek is full of liquid mucus. At least we think it is for now. The CT scan can't tell a difference between solids and liquids. But like, there's a big chunk of something there in my cheek, which I'm assuming it's mucus buildup due to the polyp blocking the passageway. All right, looking for the airport now, just past the town. We've got the highway. All right, I've got that in sight. It's going to be a little ways further. We're 10 miles out. Should be out there. So yeah, man, long story short, antibiotics start today, and then we'll see how it looks in a week or two, or I guess, and then probably schedule an appointment for surgery and get that thing cut out of there.
No problem.
All right,
Thanks
mixture's
for coming
coming in
out.
full
Appreciate
rich.
it.
Start slowing up. We've got all of our lights on. We can open up the cowls. We'll start slowing her up. Looking for the field, should be at our 12 o'clock. So yeah, man, no improvements and no, hasn't got any worse, hasn't got any better. We'll see how the antibiotics do, and then I want to get those things cut out of there so I can breathe again. I also want to tell him I just want to skip the antibiotics and just go straight to surgery, but I'll follow his recommendation. We'll try out the antibiotics for a couple weeks, see how it looks, and then chop chop. I would like to get it all done, get off meds, get back to flying and all that good stuff, so. 7 miles out, where the hell is this airfield?
Number Tree 8 Delta Zulu, the airport now at your 12 o'clock, approximately 5 miles, report in sight.
I've got it in sight. Field in sight, 8 Delta Zulu.
Number 8 Delta Zulu, excellent contact, Albany Tower on 119.5, have a good evening.
119.5, 8 Delta Zulu, see ya. Alright, 119.5. Albany Tower, good evening, Baron 38 Delta Zulu. about 6 miles northwest with Quebec inbound for a full stop. The right frequency?
Number 38 Delta Zulu, Albany Tower, good evening. Enter left downwind for runway 01.
Left downwind for 01, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, so 01's going to be running this way, diagonal. We're pretty much right on the 45 to join that left downwind for 01. If you can see here, so just in a moment, we're going to start a right turn. Let's go heading mode. Alright, mix full forward, prop is coming full forward. Cowls are open, lights are on. I'm going to bring in our approach flaps. Alright, I've got the runway in sight there. We're going to start our turn here in just a second. Joining the left downwind for runway 1. Let's see, what does this thing land at? I can't remember. Like 105, 100 or so. Let's see, airspeed before landing and landing. 100 knots until committed to land. Alright, we'll do 100.
Alright, 38 Delta Zulu, wind 3, correction, wind 010 at 7, runway 01, clear to land.
Clear to land, 01, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, I'm going to disengage the autopilot, take over. Let's get our gear down. Forward landing checklist, fuel selector valves are on, seat backs upright, seat belts are on, pumps are off, cowls, we've got them open. Airspeed, gear, mixture full ridge, prop full forward. Alright, 1 notch of flaps to go. Start turning base. And turn to final. Get the rest of those flaps in. Do a quick gumps check. Gas, undercarriage, mix, prop, seat belts, switches, flaps. We even cleared to land. Watch that airspeed. Get that nose down. Bring in some power. Let's do 100. 100 till we get over the numbers or so. We'll drop it down to 95. We've been cleared to land runway 1. Airspeed. Alright, gears down, gears down, gears down. Catch up with you guys in the chat here in a moment. Runway 1, I see it. Alright, power slowly coming back. Alright, nice.
38 Delta Zulu, welcome to Albany, turn left enable, contact ground 121.7, have a good night.
Over to ground, 8 Delta Zulu, see ya. Alright, welcome to Albany. Make sure we're all the way on the other side of the line. We're clear left and we're clear right. We'll clean her up. Flaps up. Mixture's getting leaned. Lights can come off. Strobe. And landing. We'll get our taxi light on. Let's see, after landing checklists. Cabin heater we didn't use. Landing or taxi lights off and on. Pumps are off, flaps are up. Trim will reset. Cowl flaps open, transponder. We'll keep it where it's at for now. Alright, over to ground. Ground's going to be on 121.7. 121.7. Alright, let's see. We are clear of runway 1
ready to
at Delta. Where are we going?
Charlie Golf.
Let me see where the GA guys park here. Let me. Always Google Map it. Look at a satellite image.
Alright, Kilo
So
Sierra,
Albany
runway 16.
Airport.
Charlie Golf, Kilo Sierra Alpha, Charlie Golf, Kilo Alpha Sierra. Expect
Alright, right here somewhere maybe?
500
Let's call it the south ramp.
Kilo Sierra, yeah, expecting 9,500.
Or we can call it, let's see, Millionaire. We'll go to Millionaire. How about that? Albany ground, Baron 38 Delta Zulu's clear of runway 1 at Delta. Request taxi to Millionaire.
November Street, 8 Delta Zulu, Albany ground, good evening, taxi to parking via Alpha.
Parking via Alpha, 8 Delta Zulu. Alright, we are clear right. We're clear left. Left turn here on Alpha to parking.
American 1654, would you like us to go over the tower?
Okay, American 16, Acquisition, United 1654, contact Tower 1, dual airport, good night.
Over the tower, 121.9, have a good night, American 1654.
Is there replay mode in Flight Simulator? Ask Cheese. Nope, not yet, man. I think they're working on one. I'm not sure when that's going to come into play or not. Or when it's going to come into play. There's a big update coming up on the 27th. I don't know if that's something that's going to be included. Probably not. It's probably going to take a while for them to get that all set up. But word on the streets is there is one coming. We just don't know when. All right, let's see if I can catch up here. Hey, Don says, happy to get it out no matter how it's done. Yes, thanks, man. I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting. I'm tired of going through weeks and weeks of just like looking at things and trying things. I just want to go under the knife and get it cut out. But yeah, man, looking forward to it. Looking forward to breathing normal again. Cheese Plays, let's butter this landing soon. Don says, I got a new job building industrial robotics. Nice, Don. Congratulations on the new job, man. I'm actually between jobs now, and I'm also looking for work. I actually applied to, I applied to Signature Flight Support today at my local airport, fueling airplanes and things. Just something to do for now until I can find something better. But we'll see if I get that job. I'll try it out. I haven't heard too good of things working for that company, but I figure, hey, I'll give it a shot. Being around airplanes, being able to network and stuff, I'll do it temporarily until I can figure out something else. So I applied for Signature today at Miami Executive Airport. And I plan to apply to several other jobs meanwhile as well. This has got to be all of our guys right here. I'm gonna park next to this Cirrus. But congrats, Don. Congrats on the job, man. That's good news. Sounds like something pretty cool, too. The Cirrus party. Sorry to break it with my Baron. Alright, let's go. Parking brake on. We can get our lights off except our beacon. Avionics coming off. And we'll pull the mixture. And feather the props. Alt and battery switches coming off. Magneto's off. We'll close the cowls. And we can turn off the fuel. Parking brake is set. All of our switches are off. And we made it. Did that United take off already? Yeah, he's already out of here. So let's watch him. Rohype, better certain he can't skip the antibiotics if sinus isn't draining. Guessing you can plan on surgery. Antibiotics are just prophylaxis? Yeah, man. Yeah. I had somebody tell me the same thing, that I'd inevitably have to go to antibiotics before surgery anyway, so yep. Cheese plays. Oh, nice. I want to be an aeronautical engineer. Sweet. Are you studying already, Cheese? Cheese says he's studying for his pilot's license. Now I'm 14 to be able to do lessons. Nice, man. Get started early. Good, man. You're on the right track. That's awesome. I started right when I was around 14, 15 years old as well. I stopped, unfortunately, which I regret till this day. But yeah, man, get started earlier. You'll be soloing on your 17th birthday and getting all those ratings. Cheese plays, sorry I asked this, but are the graphics different from normal flight simulator version and premium? No, I don't think the graphics are any different between the two, Cheese plays. Not at all. Should be exactly the same. I think the only thing you get with the premium deluxe is the few extra airplanes. I think that's it, to be honest. There could be a few extra airports, like handcrafted airports included in that list, but nothing as far as like regular scenery. I think if you don't care about the planes that come with the premium deluxe version, just go for the standard. I went with the premium deluxe just because I want everything. I'm a first world baby. Rohype, just hoping you get in surgery sooner rather than later. Nothing worse than having a side block. Yeah, man, I agree. Hopefully it happens soon, man. Smart move in the signature. Hope it works. Networking is the key to land a job in aviation. Thanks, Rohype. Appreciate it, man. They are hiring for this position. I'm pretty sure if they look at my resume, they'll hire me. I've got some past experience working ramps and things like that at Miami International. I've got my PPL as well, which I threw on there. Hopefully they see that. And then if they interview me, it's game over, right? Any company that interviews me, I always get the job. So hopefully they call me for an interview. If they do, I'll go. We'll try it out for a bit, see how it works out. It's real close to home for me, which is good. I don't want to go to my MIA because with traffic, I used to work out there. It used to be, man, sometimes really bad traffic days, it'd be an hour, hour and a half to get there. I don't want to do that again. Miami Executive is maybe 10 minutes away from me, maybe 15, 20 with traffic. So real close to home. I'll be there with my flight school. I'll meet a bunch of people. Should be nice. Alright guys, I think that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Maybe we'll watch this guy take off, hauling ass on the taxiway. We'll watch its TBM depart, and then we'll sign out. Not much to debrief. Everything went according to plan. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Don T, good luck. I hope you get the job. I appreciate it, Don. When do you start the new job, Don? Hey, good night, Cheese. Good seeing you, man. Get started flight training, dude. You got it. Rohype, see you later, man. Thanks for dropping in. Pleasure as always, brother. Ciao, ciao. We'll watch this TBM take off and then sign out for the night. Lesson on Friday, says Cheese. Should be fun. What are you going to be flying? 172? Or the Pipers? Oh, we've got 2 TBMs. Alright, we'll watch both of them. Cool. This guy's lining up. Oh my goodness, this guy's throttle happy. Wasting no time. He might not be in a TBM, he's just showing up as a TBM in the simulator. He could be something different. Cheese says TBM is my dream turbopop plane. That's got to be on everybody's list. Top 3 for me as well, definitely. Cheese says he's going to be flying a 152. Nice, man. We've got an airplane on final as well. I've never flown a 152. I've sat in the one that my school owns, and man, that thing is tiny. I'm not a big guy either. I'm only 5'7", and man, just even sitting in that thing alone is just too small for me. Another thing I noticed a little bit different from the 172. Sitting in a 172, your legs go down to the rudders. With the 152, your legs kind of go straight out. I would like to try the 152 one day, but I definitely prefer the 172, at least space-wise. That's another thing, yeah. Running into weight limitations. Like you can't, if you're 200 pounds and you have a 200-pound instructor, you can't top off the fuel tanks before every flight. You've got to keep that in mind. Do your weight and balance, make sure all that's good to go. Still, man, do your training. It's cheap. Good way to learn. We all start somewhere. Wow, what is with this music? Where are you based out of, Cheese Plays? What airport? What city? Yes, I prefer the 172, says Cheese. Alright, nice. GWB, Auburn. Cool, man. We'll watch this guy take off. Let's see, is there any other traffic in the area? Anybody coming in? I think this is it. $9:30 local, perfect. Hey JPC, thanks for coming in today. How'd your flight go, man? Mooney today? Smooth? Nice, man. Smooth here as well? Took up the Baron today. see, we do have one aircraft. Looks like he's on downwind. This is one of our guys, I think. November 667 Mike Alpha. See if I can spot him out there. He's turning base. Alright, we'll watch 667 Mike Alpha land, and then we'll call it. Cheese, see you on the next one, man. Let me see what's going on tomorrow. I might be streaming tomorrow. Let me check what's going on in Vet USA tomorrow. I know there's a lot of events for the next 2 weeks. I'm trying to fly most of them. Tomorrow is Thursday. Oh, okay, it's Vat Venture Part 2. We flew Vat Venture back on Sunday, so they're doing a Part 2 Thursday night. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do that one. I'm not fully decided on that Thursday night. Alright, I'll leave that up in the open. That's 50-50 for me right now. If I do fly Thursday night, it'll be Vat Venture again. But I'm not sure if I will do it or not. If I've got other family plans and things going on, then I'll probably take that night off as well. Friday, there's an FNO Summer Sizzle. Let's see where this is taking place. Atlanta, Fort Worth, and Denver. Atlanta, I get shit frame rates, so definitely not Atlanta. Fort Worth and Denver. We'll probably do something Friday night. We'll do the Friday night FNO, and then I'll leave tomorrow, Thursday night, kind of up in the air. So if I don't see you guys tomorrow night for Vat Venture Part 2, I'll definitely be on Friday night for the FNO. Maybe we'll do a citation flight from like Denver to DFW or something. See ya, Cheese. Have a good one, man. Good luck in flight training. I hope you enjoy your flight, your intro flight coming up. Alright, I can see 7 Mike Alpha turning final out there. He's on final. You can see him out there, his strobes. This looks like a diamond. November 667 Mike Alpha. Nice, man. Greaser right into the 1,000 footers. Very nice landing. The DA-40. At least that's what it looks like on our end. Nice job. Alright guys, Don. Hey Don, see you, man. Congrats again on your job. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know how it goes. Take care, Don. Alright guys, that's it for me. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys either tomorrow or Friday night. If I don't see you tomorrow night, I'll definitely see you Friday night. Take care, everybody. Peace.